Here we are, getting ready for our first big trip of 2020. We're getting ready to head to Colorado in a couple of days. First time we've been on an airplane since COVID, and just excited to get going. I've almost forgotten how to pack, so the bedroom looks like a disaster area, but we'll get there. And just really excited. Saturday morning, be on a plane to Denver, then on to Telluride with the kids, and then on to Utah from there. 2 weeks. So excited. Hopefully we'll get a lot of good footage along the way. See you there. Well, after finally getting all of our luggage checked in, we're on the plane to Denver. Had a little bit of a delay due to some fog this morning, but we're on the plane and headed that way. We are somewhere over Kansas, and we are all wearing our mask and everything on the plane. Still, middle seat is open, so Bob and I got a seat all to ourselves. Hopefully we'll be on time into Denver, and then on our way on to Telluride. And here comes our bus, hopefully. Well, we finally made it through the line at Enterprise. It only took about 45 minutes. I don't know if it's because of fall break or what, but it is really busy here. Good news is the weather's nice, so it wasn't a hard wait or anything. We finally got to the car, and we got a Jeep Compass. It is actually 4-wheel drive, which is better than what we had actually reserved, I think. Looks like it's in pretty good condition. Well, it's our first full day in Telluride, and we've come up the gondola to Ski Mountain, and we're just kind of checking things out. They're being really good here about having everyone wear your mask and your social distance and everything, so feel real comfortable. We're looking in some of the shops and just kind of seeing, you know, what the trails and everything look like from up here. We're going to go have some lunch here in a minute, but just kind of getting our first day started. Boys are having a really good time exploring and being outside, so more later. Just outside of Telluride, there's a road called the $1 Million Highway. It's a dirt and gravel road that takes you through some of the most scenic and beautiful country in this area. We've driven up here and parked, and we've taken a walk up one of the roads to an area where there's some camping and stuff. But we're up here looking at the aspens, trying to find a good composition for those as the sun sets. But you can see just how beautiful it is here. We got lucky and found a parking spot at the Bridalveil Falls trailhead, so we decided to at least hike up a little ways. There are two different options. You can either choose to take the gravel road that the ATVs use, or you can take the Bridalveil Falls Trail, which is an intermediate hike. And so we chose to go ahead and do that because we thought it'd be more scenic. And if there were water, there would be a water crossing here. But it's been so dry that there's absolutely no water. I can see how, if there were water, that it could be impassable, or at least a dangerous crossing here. Good morning. I'm in arguably one of the prettiest spots in Telluride. It's just a little bit out of downtown. It's a little park, and there's a beautiful creek that runs through it. We were here last year when we came, and we decided to come over here this morning and just kind of see if we could just take in some scenery and maybe get a few pictures. But it's another beautiful day. Another warm sunny day, and we're just enjoying the solitude here. It's just so peaceful and beautiful, and I look at it and I just can't think of how beautiful it is. And then we've got a trail lined up for this afternoon. I think it's Bear Creek Trail. It's just about 0.8 miles from our condo to the trailhead, so easy access, and we're going to give that a try. What a blessed time here in Telluride. We're here on the Bear Creek Falls Trail. It can be accessed at the end of Pine Street in Telluride. It's about 2 miles to the falls, and then about 2 miles back down. So we're going to see if we can make it to the falls tonight before we have dinner, and hopefully there'll be some water there in the falls. We're here at the Mystic Falls Trailhead. We parked down by the Ames Power Station because the road from here is really rough. If you don't have a high clearance 4-wheel drive, it gets a little sketchy from here on out, but it's only about a half-mile hike and you'll be at the top of the falls. At least that's what we've read. So we're gonna go check that out and see what it's like. So just up from the parking area by the power station, there's a little green house on the left. Just past that, it's where the road starts to get a little rough. And this is about exactly what we had read, that unless you have a high clearance 4-wheel drive, the road could be a little rough on a regular vehicle. When you reach the parking area, about a half-mile up from the power station, there'll be a small waterfall here, but this is not Mystic Falls. This is an unnamed waterfall. There's not a lot of water in it right now, but this is mid-October and it's been really dry here. As you come around the trail, you'll get a little better look at the unnamed falls. It opens up a little bit where you can see a little bit better as you continue on down the trail. When you come off the trail, you'll see a lot of rocks piled up. From there, you'll be able to hear and then eventually see the top of Mystic Falls. The path is really not marked at all, so you've just kind of got to find your way around. We came up a little further and found this. It looks like some folks have put limbs across here, so this is where we're going to try to make our crossing. Well, we hiked up the side of a mountain with trails that aren't really marked at all and found a fall, but it's not Mystic Falls. It's another fall. It's absolutely gorgeous, but still not what we were looking for. So I guess we'll go on and see if we can find a trail going the other direction along this ridge top that will drop us down at the bottom, at the base of Mystic Falls. After taking the absolute wrong turn, we ran into some folks that put us on the right path, and we are now down at the base of Mystic Falls. just about 2 hours outside of Telluride. We are now just entering into Utah. You can see the sign behind us. I had to come over some mountains. The scenery's changed, the elevation's changed, and now we are probably just less than an hour on into Moab. So after being in Telluride at an elevation of almost 9,000 feet, we've driven not quite 3 hours over to Moab, Utah, where the elevation is more like 4,000 feet. And it's quite a difference. The landscape's different, but it's absolutely gorgeous. We've not been to Utah before, so this will be a new experience for us. We've walked up above the upper viewpoint trail for the Delicate Arch. So we've moved up above where the viewpoint ends. And this is looking back towards the trail. But from here, you get a better vantage point of the arch itself. Well, we finally made it to Dead Horse Point. It's about 7:06. Got a little less than 20 minutes before sunrise. Got here, found a spot. Little breezy this morning, but not bad. And a little bit of cloud, hoping for some color, but it's absolutely gorgeous up here. We'll see what the sun decides to do this morning.
That's beautiful. It's lighting it up.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like the color is behind us. So we just drove from Dead Horse State Park into Canyonlands. It's only about 4 miles, and so we're getting ready to head in there and check that out this morning. After you pass the visitor center in Canyonlands, one of the first overlooks you will come to is Schaefer. It is really glary this morning. We're here at the Mesa Arch Trailhead. We got here a little later in the morning, but didn't have any trouble parking, so we're going to go ahead and walk up and take a look. This is the last day of our 2-week trip, and we've made it from St. George, Utah to Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. We're going to hang out here for a few hours and take some pictures before we head out to Las Vegas for our flight this afternoon.